I think I know most of you in this room, which is pretty phenomenal. But I'm Leanne Field, a member of the Office of Strategic Management. And while Brian has known Roy for 13 years, I've known him near that, about a decade. And I remember at the time, you were this close to retirement. It's true. And now here we are, all these years and projects, reporting lines and life lessons later, finally sending you off. And I'm happy for you, Jean and Laura, and the rest of your family, truly. But at the risk of offending your New England Scandinavian sensibilities, I will miss you. And I'm really glad that you stayed around as long as you did. Thank you for your mentorship, your support, your counsel, and dare I say, your friendship. Roy leaves behind a legacy of ideas, knowledge, and wisdom. In fact, my colleagues and I can recite the staffing plans from 1974 and 75, guide you through a bank closure, 1980s protocol, mind you, and whisper secondhand about what happened back at the LaFont Plaza building. The other one, not this one. I'll hand this now off to my colleagues to continue our series of short stories and personal commentary. You could call this something of a roast, perhaps, but we'd like to call it an extended staff meeting.
Hi, I'm Richard Preston. I've known Roy for almost 30 years now. I've worked with him off and on through the years, and when I had an opportunity to go work for him, we got together and decided what it is I was going to do. So we sat down as a team, came up with our plans, came up with an operational plan, published it. I sat down and I read it, and I looked through it, and underneath every task there were names of people who were going to work on something. My name was not in there anywhere. And I thought, this could be really good, or it could be really bad. So I found out that in the plan it said, and another budget staff member. So I cut that out, and I put it on my nameplate, and I immortalized it since that time. So I've always been known as Richard Preston, another budget staff member. That same year, Roy, it was a holiday time, Roy took me around the building and said, let me show you where the best holiday parties are. This is in the old LaFont building. Needless to say, it was a grand time.
Hello everyone, my name is Althea Degree, and I had the wonderful opportunity to start working with Roy about 4 years ago on a detail. One of the first things that he did with me was he said, I don't know what I want to do with you. I want you to take this strengths finder. And I took that information and I gave him back my list, and he said, okay, now I know what to do with you. And that started a wonderful experience of working with Lean Six Sigma, training many of you, traveling to Chicago, Texas with Roy, working on several projects. And during that time, one of the key things he said to me was, Althea, always make sure that your work and that reputation is what people hear about you first. And that has forever changed my life. The one big thing is that in the evening, when he would give me an assignment, probably around 4 o'clock-ish, and then it would be around 6 o'clock-ish, and I'd hear him walking past my office, he'd look at me with this look on his face. Why are you here? And I would start to say, well, Roy, remember, this is due. He'd go home. So I don't quite know. I need somebody to come around 6 o'clock-ish. But thank you, Roy. Thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you and to speak into my life. Thank you.
Hi, folks. My name is Louis James. I came to work here about 2 years ago for Roy. And the first thing I noticed about Roy is that he has some, what we kind of call lovingly, Royisms. So, and we're going to work together on this one, but I'm going to share some of the ones that I, stick out in my mind, and I hope that you do as well. But the first thing I noticed about Roy is he's a natural contrarian. Okay, it doesn't matter how great an idea it was. None of that matters. You go into his office and you say, the sky's blue, and you're like, no, it's not blue. Always will take the contrarian thought on just about everything. And so, the team and I started debating this. I'm like, why does he do this, this, and that? And they're like, oh, he's an East Coaster. That's how they're all. I'm like, oh, it might be. I think he just likes to see your reaction and likes the debate. And so, right, Roy? Another thing we notice about Roy, right off the bat, is he's a close talker. Does anybody know what a close talker is? That's when you meet him in the hallway and they kind of get into your little 2-foot personal space and they get real close. Now, Roy's a large man, right? And so you can imagine with some people this would be quite, intimidating.
It was totally good.
I'm telling you, you're looking up here now. What really would get us to laugh is when Roy met a close talker, a phobe. So this is the kind of person who will naturally kind of keep moving over, and then Roy will naturally keep moving in, and they would kind of do a little dance all the way across the office. So very, very fun. The last Royism that we want to share is he has a million catchphrases. Does everybody agree with me on that?
Yes.
I think that Roy's favorite catchphrase is actually. He will use this word, and I'm not sure he actually understands what the word means. But he will use this word in any part of a sentence, in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end, and whether it is on a positive or a negative. Actually, that's a good point. Actually, you made a great idea. I don't agree with that, actually. And so we'll be in the meetings, and sometimes we'll say, actually, Louis, that's not a bad idea. Thanks, Roy. So actually, and after, that's another thing. So these things kind of start to get into our brains, right? And so we would be in a staff meeting, and I would say actually, and I would just get stared at, and I'm like, okay, I have to move on. So about 6 months into when I started working here, Royce introduced a new one, frankly. So I didn't know if it was because my first name's Frank or jibing me somehow, but what got really confusing is when he started saying, actually, frankly. I don't know if it's in the dictionary, but there you have it. So another thing he likes to do is he likes to reword your words. And so he'll throw things out like, let me say it another way. Or, I'm going to say it this way, or I'm going to phrase it that way. So he loves to rephrase the words you have. And finally, when he's making a point, he always starts off with, here's a little bit about where I'm coming from. Or, actually, this is where I'm going with the conversation. Or, just so we're on the same page. Now, this only happened to me twice in my time with Roy. And these were such big deals that I have them forever burned in my brain. But every now and again, Roy will look you right in the eye and say, you're absolutely right. The last time it happened, I was so excited I took the rest of the day off. I was with my wife, it was fabulous. So, I'm going to pass along the mic now, but if you all look, take a moment to look at his cake, you're going to see a catchphrase on there called Cokes and Smokes. And Roy, when you come up here, we want to hear your story about that nickname. Thank you, Roy.
So hi everybody, I'm Bob Eck. I've worked with Roy for almost 9 years, starting back in 2009. I can't believe it's been 9 years. What's really been interesting for me is I'm married to a New Englander, so I figured getting along with Roy should be straightforward. I can't tell you how many times I had to run home and ask my wife what he meant. And why did he say it like that, right? But I kind of got over it. So Louis threw out a lot of good examples, and what I thought is, instead of me coming up with a word, I thought we'd get some audience participation. And have you guys throw out some words about what you think about, that really sticks indelibly in your mind about Roy. So go ahead guys, throw some stuff out. Come on, Brenda.
Well, not his word, but Roy was one of my first customers when I got here 30 years ago. So, happy hour.
All right, well, the word that sticks for Roy in my mind forever, like Louis, mine is bifurcated. Everything was either bifurcated. I started then coming back with trifurcated. He didn't really like that too much. But that was one of those words that I like. If I trot out, you can tell I'm having a Roy moment, and I figure I should use it. But Roy, you made it out in one piece. You made it out with all your body parts. You made it out with your thought processes intact, right? That's all fantastic. Yeah, right. That's great news. Right, exactly. So congratulations and thank you very much for all the time.
Hi, I'm Tina Paulson, and I've only been here a little bit over a year, so Roy, thank you for hiring me before that freeze came. I have heard every Royism that was mentioned except for you're absolutely right. That's okay.
There's still tomorrow.
Actually, it's my pleasure to give you a gift from the staff. So it's polka dotted because of your connect the dots phrase that you also use for all of us. Yes. It's a gift certificate for Dick's Sporting Goods. You can continue to have it. Yeah.